Hey everybody, what's going on? Adam Agro here. I'm going to redo my Nintendo 64 collection because it is my favorite collection, and it's the one that I am collecting the most for. So I'm going to go through these again and give my impressions on them instead of quickly going through them like I did before, and then do updates for my collection, including how many I have and all that good stuff. Alright, let's get started. First game is 1080 Snowboarding. I remember enjoying this a lot when I was a kid. And, I bought it more recently, and it is insanely difficult. I don't remember it being that difficult, but, it's definitely worth having and playing through, especially if you can get it for a couple bucks. And you're a fan of snowboarding, of course. That never hurts either. Banjo-Kazooie. I played through this 2 or 3 times. I really liked this. Great platformer. A few puzzle elements. Really enjoyable. Banjo-Tooie. Haven't played this too much, but it's a great platformer, just like the previous one. You get to separate the characters in this, and even play as Mumbo. Yes, and also great platformer, puzzle elements, a lot of fun. I think the Nintendo 64 got it right with the platformers. Bomberman Hero, sadly the only Bomberman game I have for the Nintendo 64. I'm a huge Bomberman fan, classic and 3D, even though the 3D Bomberman got a lot of crap. I really enjoy this game a lot. I'm even going for 100% because it's just so much fun. The levels change up a lot, which makes it really interesting. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. I'm a big fan of the Castlevania series. I kind of forgot about it during the whole Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2 eras, but I did play this one back in the day, and it was a lot of fun. It's very difficult. The controls are a little unforgiving, and the ledge grabbing and jumping can be a little slippery at sometimes, but if you're a fan of the series and you want like a dark platformer, this is a lot of fun. Tons of stuff to collect too. Clayfighter 63 1/3. I'm a big fan of head-to-head fighters. I even like the Clayfighter series. I played the one on the SNES a lot. I couldn't get into this one too much, and I always had a problem saving. I heard somewhere that you straight up couldn't save, but I refuse to believe that that's true. But either way, I'd probably say pass on this. I don't know how much different the Sculptor's Cut is, which was supposed to be the entire release of Clayfighter 64. I don't know if they fix all his problems or not. Cruis'n Exotica. This is the only racing game that I can stand. I know that it's cartoony and stupid and doesn't handle like a real car, and I think that might be the reason why I enjoy this series so much. The levels are kind of lame, but it's really enjoyable. Cruis'n USA, this was the one I had the longest, which is why it looks the worst. I enjoyed this a lot. My friend even had the wheel for a while, the steering wheel with the pedals, and we would play this all day. This was the easiest one to get our hands on back in the day. I didn't buy the other 2 in the series till more recently, actually. But I loved this game. This is the Cruis'n that really busted open the Cruis'n doors for me. And last in the series is Cruis'n World. I believe this is the one I bought the most recently. No, Exotica was. I'm sorry. Cruis'n World, I really enjoy this one because one of the unlockable stages is Florida, which I said in one of my previous videos, and I like being able to drive around what they consider to be Florida. Yep. Diddy Racing. Now, kart racers are different from racers in my mind. Kart racers I do enjoy, especially this one. Mario Kart cannot touch this game because the story mode, all the different vehicles, all the different characters. This was a lot of fun, especially this version where you get to play as Conker and Banjo, which they got rid of in the DS version. Donkey Kong 64. I really enjoyed this up to the point where I had to face the cutout K. Rool. There's no reason it should be that hard, and it's not rewarding at all to beat a cardboard boss. Really annoyed me. I never completed this. I beat the last boss, but I can't say I fully completed it because I did not beat that boss. I just kind of hacked through it and then continued on legitimately, but I can't say I finished it. Xtreme G2. This is another racer, very quick pace. Kind of interesting, didn't put too much time into this, but every once in a while, if I feel like a racer, I'd pick that one up. I'm surprised the Nintendo 64 can go that fast, really. Gex 64. Now, I remember hating this back in the day, but I guess it's because I couldn't appreciate the humor and the fact that Midway was so cartoony and weird. But I really enjoy this game now, and I really hope to pick up the third one. Maybe even the first one for the PS1. But, yeah, really enjoyable platformer. Glover, pain in the ass. I know that some people can plug this in, play it through real easy, get the controls, you know, get the puzzle elements, get the Marble Madness thing down. I can't seem to do it. This game is just a pain, but fun. A pain that I want to endure through and get over. I definitely have a drive to beat and play this game, even though it's just whooping me bad. It was the last Nintendo 64 game I played, actually. GoldenEye 007, or 007 GoldenEye, whatever. Interesting first-person shooter. One of the first-person shooters in the universe that actually has a decent story. Good multiplayer, good choice of weapons. Pretty good. I'm pretty sure you've heard of that. I don't know anyone who hasn't. South Park. A not so good first-person shooter, but hilarious. I don't even know if this has a story mode. I haven't played it in so long. But I remember playing with my friends and launching cows at them and, you know, urine-filled snowballs. So, if you're a fan of South Park, I recommend getting this, if not just for display purposes, because that's a pretty neat picture. Probably my most displayed Nintendo 64 game. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I got this with my Nintendo 64. This isn't my copy because I got rid of my copy, but I was lent it years ago, and now it's mine. So this game is actually pretty interesting. You know, parts get destroyed and you got to go shopping for new parts. I don't know any of the characters because I am not a fan of Star Wars. But it's a good, fast-paced racer, and you know, you get to like turn sideways, and the tracks are pretty interesting and beautiful. They look really good. But it hurts that I am not a Star Wars fan. But I still enjoy it, so sometimes you don't need to be a fan of something to enjoy it. Jet Force Gemini. Oh man, I played multiplayer on this recently, which I never got to do when I first had this. It's a lot of fun. The story mode is great. I beat the story mode with the dude and the dog back in the day, because you know, as you venture into the story mode, you get to choose who you want to use between the three characters. It's like a third-person shooter, full of bug guts. It's a lot of fun. The bosses are pretty epic. I'd recommend this to anybody. If you have the system, find this. I got this for relatively cheap. I think it was like $7 or $8. It's in good shape. Works great. You don't even have to blow it. Mario Kart 64. It's Kart Racer. I like the one on the SNES a lot better, but this is definitely one to have. I have 2 copies right now. I was going to sell one, but I don't know. I figure that they're going to go up a lot in value, plus, you know, this one with the markings on the side. Even though there's scotch tape underneath it, I don't like to show that one off too much. But Mario Kart. What we got here? Monopoly. I definitely like playing this on the Nintendo 64 versus the PS1 because, you know, there isn't too much of a load time on here because it is a kart. I like this game. I just wish it didn't take, you know, 4 years and half a day to complete it.
Game over.